No one likes having regrets in life, but considering the amount of information we get bombarded with every single day, it's so easy to get distracted from what actually matters to us and develop those regrets. Looking back at the start of my professional career, I have reflected and come up with 3 main lessons that I would have absolutely loved my 23 or so year olds to take away and pay very close attention. So in this video, I hope you will put these 3 lessons to action. Up until a year ago or so, I was always focused on one thing: the outcome. I've always been very ambitious, and the school system, the college system, the societal structure that we're put in always emphasizes the outcome. There's always the next goal to reach, there is always the next promotion to get, there is always the new, reward to get for your efforts. And when I was back in school, back in Belarus, I've always been striving to get good grades, then I was striving to score in Olympiads and research competitions, then getting into a good school abroad, then getting a good job, and so on and so forth and so forth. So what that left me with is not being able to focus on enjoying the present moment. But if you really think about it, when you're in the present, when you're in the now, that's the only thing that you have. Past does not exist and the future does not exist. So a couple of years ago, I kind of led myself to a complete burnout because everything I've been thinking about is, hey, I'm in Silicon Valley. When am I going to start my startup? When am I going to become like super rich and famous? When am I going to make it? And it's always been really competitive. And whatever opportunity I would get, I would evaluate kind of thinking, hey, like when will this opportunity lead to that outcome that I desire? And that left me with completely not being able to enjoy and to really fully sink into the present moment. Am I really liking the things that I'm doing? Are we really enjoying the people that we're hanging out with? Are we truly happy with who we've become and who we are? So I think that focusing on the outcome has served me well in some regards for sure, but in reality I think we should emphasize as much as possible trying to focus on the present, enjoying the moment and being fully in it, immersed in it, as opposed to always thinking about what's next or where is this gonna lead us. Because the reality is that you don't really know where things will lead you. In the way society operates, we've been trained to think very linearly. Okay, if I get this degree, I will hopefully get this job. If I get this job, I will hopefully be able to make this much money. But the reality is that by always focusing on that linearity and the outcome, we will miss out on so many important moments and we will miss out on understanding ourselves better. So my number 1 lesson is that I would wish I didn't focus as much on the outcome. And I'm truly trying to learn how to be present in the moment for the past year and a half or so. One other takeaway from this point is that our mind truly controls everything. Our mind controls our emotions, our mind controls how we react to things, our mind controls our physical and mental state and mood. I truly started to believe, because I've experienced it, that once you start getting into a negative loop cycle in your head, in your thoughts, you will physically not feel good. But once you lift yourself up and think positively, focus on enjoying the moment, you will truly feel great, you will feel productive, elevated, motivated, and just overall good in your body. And so one thing that truly negatively will affect you is comparing yourself to others. There is so many ways why you will feel bad about your own accomplishments, about where you're at, about how much money you're making, about your emotional state, about friends that you have. And I've spent a lot of my life kind of looking around me and thinking, oh my God, like Rob is so much more successful than me because look, he's made so much money, or he has such cool friends, or he's like on Forbes 30 under 30, etc., etc. But the reality is that you never know what a person that you're comparing yourself to has experienced and what it took them to get there. Their story might have been completely different from yours. They came from a very different background. They have experienced very different things. And the reality is that with social media, we tend to compare ourselves to this pretty pixel perfect picture. And most of the times people are showing their best, staged luxury, whatever it is, moments, and that is not really the truth behind the camera, or the truth is slightly different. And we're all guilty of that. I do that as well. I post, the glorious, like, happy, fun moments on social media, but not everything is pink and roses. Everyone is experiencing ups and downs in their life, and when you compare yourselves to others so much, you're bringing that negativity into your own head, and you undermine everything that you have become, everything that you stand for, everything that you have accomplished, and it's extremely negative. And there has been a lot of research done about comparison, about jealousy, about the effects on social media, and generally, you should truly focus on where you are right now and have you become a better version of yourself in the past. That is the only comparison that I would recommend you to make, and that is also another lesson that I wish I really focused on when I was a little younger, because I think it would have definitely elevated my mindset and my results. Up until this point, I've been pretty true to myself, so I'm pretty proud of that. I've always taken risks that I wanted to take. I've never felt too safe and comfortable to not take a leap, such as, moving from Belarus to Canada, then switching from chemical engineering to being in tech as a software engineer, then as a software engineer, switching careers a few more times, and then leaving my job this summer. So that's pretty great. But one thing that I wish I did a lot more is reflecting, writing my thoughts down, and checking in with myself more regularly. On a higher level, I think all of us kind of have an idea of where we want to go, of what we want to do. And one thing is obviously taking action on it, and another story is kind of knowing but not doing anything about it. But that's not my point. My point is that high level, it's great that you know where you want to go. But I think there is so much truth in checking in with yourself every couple of weeks, every month, reflecting on the activities you were a part of, whether it be work activities, personal connections that you've made, friends that you've created friendships with, people that you look up to. I think that writing out those reflection points truly helps us meditate on who we want to become in the future, on what we like, what we dislike, and kind of correct small things in action while moving forward. So that is actually a thing that I'm still trying to get better at. I'm not really good at sitting down, journaling things in a very systematic way. I kind of just do it spontaneously, and then I beat myself up for not doing it more often. But if you are watching this video, I would definitely urge you to take a piece of paper and a pen, to take your notebook and start that reflection process on a more systematic basis, because whenever I do that, whenever I remember to do that, I know that I come up with these little insights that I then incorporate into my future week, into my future month, and it truly helps correct course on the way, as opposed to getting to a point B and then regretting what we could have done, should have done, and didn't do. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. I have another video about science. You might be thinking that you're productive, but you're actually not, so check it out right here if you so fancy. But for now, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.